welcome to iGNOU Talk. In this episode, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I have received from many candidates. And the question is none other than the question, can I skip one or more exams if I'm not ready to write it? Because of many reasons, maybe you are not prepared for any of the subjects, for example poetry for MEG or any other subjects in any other iGNOU exams. So lots of candidates, they ask if they can skip the exam or not write it and write it some other time. What do we need to know? Well, first of all, the answer is of course it is possible. You can skip one or more or the complete exam from the time period. So what time do candidates normally write the exam? Now, as you may have noticed, it's in June or in December in a year. So you have two times to write the exam. The first is in June and the second opportunity is in December. So you can either write in June or in December. So for example, if you have four papers to write in the June exam, if you are not prepared enough to write any of the topics, any of the papers, or two papers or three papers or all of them, then you can easily put off this exam to the next month. Now of course you're going to lose the money you have paid for the June exam if you're going to write in the December exam. So if you're going to write the one that you have not written in June in December, then obviously you have to pay the exam fee for that and then appear for that exam. Now one thing you have to notice is you do not need to submit the assignments again to write the exam. So submission of assignments is only once. So if you have submitted assignments before you applied for the exam in June, you do not need to submit those assignments again to write the exam in December. So now what happens if you cannot write the exam in December also? Well, again the pattern repeats. You can write in the next year in June. So again, you can write one subject or two subjects or three subjects. That's completely up to your choice. So what happens if in the second year also you could not write the exam in June? Then of course you can write in December. So that's one of the biggest advantage for the iGNOU candidates while choosing an exam date. So if you go on and on and on like this, how long do you really have to finish the course? Well, if you have noticed from the guidelines of iGNOU, it is 4 years complete time for you to finish the course of iGNOU. This includes both your first year and the second year. So within this 4 years period of time, you have to finish your course of study. Now what happens if you cannot do this? For example, for some reasons you could not finish the writing exam in June or in December, then only you have to consider for re-registration process, which means you pay a certain amount of money and you are starting over from the beginning by submitting the assignments and also writing the exams all over again. So in case if you're going through the December or the June time of writing the exams, and you think you are not ready enough to write one paper, for example, then of course you do not have to write it. If you're not confident enough to write it, if you think you will lose marks, you're not going to do well, or you're going to fail in that paper, you simply can skip that exam even though you have applied for it. and you can write the same paper in December, and you can postpone these papers into the next year also if you are not prepared enough, or if you think you're going to do well after some preparations, for instance. So that's a big advantage for the iGNOU candidates on while preparing and also while choosing an exam date for their exam. So I hope this answers is clear, and you can comment down below, or you can ask me any of your queries regarding your doubts to write or submit the assignments for various iGNOU exams. You can either contact me on my mail on ignousolvedassignments@gmail.com. I also have solved assignments of both English and history and other subjects as well. Or you can simply call me, or just give me a message in my WhatsApp, and then feel free to ask me any of your questions or any doubts or any problems that you have, and I would be so happy to explain and help you guys. So hope that helps, and keep asking your doubts, and if anything you need to be cleared with, in case you do not get any response from the centers or any places like that, feel free to ask me. I actually finished my MEG exam in 2014, and I kind of know some details about how this works, and I also live nearby in an iGNOU exam center, so I can also get the help from there as well. So I hope this helps, and see you guys in the next video. Happy studies.